more connected is that communities actually connect emotionally. You know, I said earlier, Daniel Goleman said every decision we make is driven by emotions. Now, we'll post-rationalise our emotional decisions. There's a lot of men in advertising driving around in Porsches who can tell you all about Porsche's racing heritage, German engineering and aerodynamics, but all they really want are some special hugs from women half their age. So we make emotional decisions. The problem is, most organisations actually have a low EQ. They have low emotional intelligence. And it pains me to say it, but I blame men. You know, the future of communications is not one-way traffic. It's multifaceted, multi-directional conversations. And women are much better at that than men are typically. So we need to develop our EQ. We need to be more connected. So how do we do that? The first way I'd suggest is we actually use what we do to build community. And social networking makes that more possible than ever before. You know, social networking is now the #1 internet activity ahead of porn. I'll say that again, I think some of you missed that. Social networking is now the #1 internet activity ahead of porn. 96% of Generation Y is hooked into a social network, and it's not just Gen Y. The fastest growing group on Facebook is 55 to 65-year-old women. Nana is poking people online. By population, Facebook is now the 4th largest nation on Earth in 7 years. Just imagine what Mark Zuckerberg will be capable of by the time he hits puberty. Now, most organisations tend to think of social networking as something they want to actively discourage their workers from doing. But people like Starbucks have actually started encouraging their staff and their customers to join a social network called My Starbucks Idea. And this social network is actually an open source innovation platform. My Starbucks Idea, that community, now decides what new products will be brought to market, where new stores will open up, what the interior of those stores will be decorated like. And then they evangelise for Starbucks on their behalf within their own social networks. You know, how can you guys get your audience involved in your conversation? Instead of thinking as the arts as a one-way piece of communication, how does it become a more active, interactive conversation? Because the technology now exists to make that happen more readily. So the second way we can be more connected is to align with their values. Align with the values, align with what's important to them. I was recently speaking at a pharmaceutical conference, and there were 500 of the best pharmaceutical salespeople in the country in the room. And I said to them, can anyone here tell me what doctors sell? Actually, I'll ask you. Just yell it out. Can anyone here tell me what doctors sell? Drugs? Health? Assurance? Advice? It's interesting. I mean, that's the kind of answer I got from them. You know, they were saying things like that. And I said, you know, it's really interesting to me, but you actually, guys, you